Hello, hi everyone. Today in this video I am going to write a C program to accept a number and print 3 into 3 matrix. First of all, we have to use library function include stdio.h. Now we are entering into the main function int main. Here here in this program we have to use two for loops. So we declare the variables required and also we have to declare the limit of the matrix. Here we have asked the user to enter number of rows same as we have asked the user to enter number of columns. Here we need two for loops. It is a two-dimensional array. First for loop with variable I and next for loop with variable j. Now I am going to explain how the execution of loop goes on. If we give number of rows and number of columns as 3 and 3, first it enters into first for loop. Initially it takes I is equal to 0 and goes to nested for loop and takes j is equal to 1 and check whether j less than n. If j less than n, it executes and increment j by plus 1 and now j is equal to 1 and check whether j less than n. If j less than n, it executes and increment j by plus 1. Now j is equal to 2 and it checks whether j is equal to n. If j is j less than n, it executes and increment j value by 1. Now j is equal to 3 and checks whether j less than n. But here j is equal to n. It comes out and goes up and increment I by plus 1 and check whether I less than m. Now the I is equal to 1 and goes to nested for loop and takes j is equal to 0 and checks whether j less than n. If j less than n, it executes and increment j by 1 and now j is equal to 1 and whether j less than n, if j less than n, it executes and increment j by 1. Now j is equal to 2 and it checks whether j less than n. If j less than n, it executes and increment j by 1. Now j is equal to 3 and it checks whether j less than n. But here j is equal to n. It comes out and goes up and increment j by 1 and check whether j less than m. Now the j value is 2 and goes to the nested for loop and takes j is equal to 1, j is equal to 0 and check whether j less than n. If j less than n, it executes and increment j by plus 1 and now j is equal to 1 and checks whether j less than n. If j less than n, is executes and increment j by plus 1. Now j is equal to 2 and it checks whether j less than n. If j less than n, it executes and increment j value by plus 1. Now j is equal to 3 and it executes whether and it checks whether j less than n. But here j is equal to n. It comes out of the loop and goes up and increment I by 1. Check whether I less than m. Now I is equal to 3 and if I is equal to 3, it comes out of the loop and print the matrix. See, now I am going to execute the code. You can get a clarity about it. See, it is going to ask that and enter the number of rows. I am entering 3. It is going to ask that number of columns. I am entering 3 as the columns. See, it is asking the elements of the matrix. I am entering 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. See here, I have given the elements of the matrix, so it printed the matrix 3 into 3. See. Okay, thank you for watching the video.